Hey everybody, today I'm going to go over how to concatenate columns in Power Query. So here I've got a data set that has movie titles, and we also have a main genre and an aside genre. So let's say we want to concatenate those, but we don't want to do it in here. We want to leave the data as it is, because the advantage of doing it this way is, if you're downloading this from a source data and it comes in like this, you don't always want to repeat the step of concatenating for the sake of matching your data. It's a lot easier to keep it raw in the same setup that it is when you download it. That way you don't have to do any adjustments when you load it into Power Query. It's a lot easier to make those adjustments in Power Query, so that way the way you download it can just be a simple copy and paste. So to put this in Power Query, I'm going to go in the Data tab, hit From Table or Range here, and it's going to detect my range here. My table has headers, which is true. Hit OK. And now it's going to load this into Power Query. So if I want to concatenate my two columns here, the main genre and side genre, all that I need to do is really just select these two columns. So Shift and select both of them. And now I'm going to right click on Merge Columns. I'll click on that, and now it gives me an option to select how I want these columns to be separated. So in this case, I think it might make sense to use a colon, so that we've got the main genre on the left, colon, side genre. And the new column, I'll just call it genre. Hit OK. And now as you can see, now it's grouped. It's merged those two columns and gotten rid of them at the same time. So we're just left with that one merged column. So it's a really simple process in Power Query. Just basically select the columns that you want to concatenate and then use the merge function to group them together. Now, but what if your columns aren't in the same order? Like in that case, we had the main genre right next to the side genre, right? That was an easy concatenation. But what if they're not in that same order? Like, let's say we wanted to group the director along with the year. So if we just grab these two and hit merge columns, let's say we don't put a separator, it's going to give us the year followed by the name, which may not be what we want. Let's say we want the director's name first, followed by the year. So what you could do is select the director column first, and then the year, and then we go to merge. And this time let's put a separator, just a, let's say a space. And now I've got the director followed by the year. So we've got a bit of a breakup that way. Now the one thing you could also do is look at this formula as well to make sure that it's in the right format as what you want. Because here we've got the director name showing first, then the year. So if you feel comfortable modifying the formula in Power Query, you can also do that as well. So like here we had the text delimiter just as a space, but let's say we had a dash in there as well. We can see we edit it right in there. We don't have to go through the front end interface. We can adjust it just by the formula. And so let's say we want to flip this around, and let's say this one is year. Whoops, now we get an error message because obviously made a mistake there. Year and then director. Now we've got the year dash director. So we can modify that right within Power Query easily. And so those are some of the ways that you can merge columns in Power Query. If you want to, you can just grab the columns in the order that you want them to merge and then select the merge function, or you can use the formula in Power Query and just adjust it accordingly based on how you want it to be merged together. So that's a quick overview of how to concatenate columns and fields in Power Query. Hope you found this video useful, and thank you for watching.